Hi everyone and welcome back. I'm SimsDive and this is part 4 of how to play The Sims 4. In the previous video we talked about object interactions and activating different moodlets with them. Today we're actually going to cover building a portion of a home. I'm not going to be creating an entirely new house. I'm probably just going to put an addition onto this home to keep it kind of simple because there are an alarming amount of different options your Sims could have. So we did invite a friend over last time to kind of have an object interaction with this fire pit. We are ever so politely going to have her get the hell out of here. So we're going to send her home. She's going to be on her merry way. So she should really get going now. Thanks for hanging out. See you later. And now let's start building. So as we discussed before, we do have the buy and build mode, and we do have these buttons up here to navigate what floor we are on. And we also do have these to help figure out walls. So let's start by building a basic room. So I'm thinking I'm going to put a room on this wall right here. So let me go to the buy and build mode. I'm going to try to go in as much as possible in depth with these categories. So the buy and build window will look very much like this. Over here you do have an option for build. This is essentially all of your exterior portions of your homes, from trees to roof to foundations, fencing, stairs, pools, and terrain options. I don't mess with terrain too much. I'm not well versed in it, so I won't show you that because I don't want to mess anything up in your growth. And I will say before I go forward that I do not claim to be the best at building. I will show you a few of my other builds from a different saved game, but as far as today is concerned, I'm just going to build a simple addition onto this home to make it a bit bigger, because as simple as this is for one sim, it still doesn't seem like quite enough. So as I said, this is the build section, and then of course you have a little section right here that has already styled rooms for you based on different packs. So you can have different categories of rooms that you might be looking for. And you can also, if you were interested in one of the rooms, you can click on it. It will tell you how much to purchase the entire room for. So if you wanted to buy the room, you could do that and place it anywhere on the lot. Or you could simply just, if you wanted to, you can actually hover over an object and take an object from that room and put it in your actual own home. So that's pretty neat. And you can also change the color, and they do have different color schemes. So if you wanted a blue fridge, but you wanted this color wall, you could definitely do that. Now this is objects by room, so if you're looking for a specific object and you don't feel like searching for it up here, they do have rooms broken down in categories. So as you can see, if I hover over an object, it will tell me what is in there. So I can click on stoves and a window will open up with everything related to stoves from different expansion packs, even these little range hoods. And you can have different trash cans, and you can do different window curtains, different plants. They do just have objects for everything. And as you can see, if it is lit up yellow, that means it does have new objects for you to view. I don't typically view all of the objects, but they do give you a ton of options for just decor and holiday themed items. And they do have cabinets, both lower and upper cabinets as well. So definitely take a look at that. Something that's cool with this, if you just pick a random cabinet, again, you can change the color options. But if you see on the cabinet, you do actually have right here, you can do automatic counters, and you can select what kind of counter you want. So you can do an inner corner, an outer corner, you can do a long cabinet. So you actually have different cabinets to choose from one cabinet. So that's kind of crazy. Down here you have all of the objects, so you don't have to go searching by room. You can actually show all by comfort. So this would be beds, couches, benches, anything like that. Surfaces like cabinets and tables, kids' rooms, different lightings. So as you can see, I do have a lot of items that I haven't viewed yet, but it will show you literally every item in the game. Or you can go over here and filter it by clicking this button. You can do styles, colors, content, or packs. So I never really filter my items unless I'm looking for a holiday item. And down here it will show you your household inventory. So your household inventory contains things that you might have accidentally deleted. It won't always keep specific objects, but it will also be if your sim happens to get a promotion, your promotion objects will be in here. Or if you have gold events like any birthdays or any just dinner parties, if you select that you want it to be a goal event, there is a prize that you will get at the end. And since my sim got a promotion in one of the previous videos, she did acquire this painting light, which you can just put on the wall or you can sell. So let's actually get into building an expansion onto her home. So I am just going to get rid of this. To get rid of this, again, we did talk about using the sledgehammer to get rid of it, or you can just click and sell it. My best option I just like to do is hit the delete button on your keyboard. It will keep the chairs for you so you can sell them or you can keep them, whatever you would like to do. So let's go to the build mode. So to see what is in there, you can hover over it and it will tell you what this area contains. So obviously to start out, we do need a wall, but I am going to show you something different about the Sims 4 compared to other building type games. So if you select a room, obviously it only selects the bulk area. So if you wanted to select the bedroom, you would just have to click in that area, or the bathroom. So let's say you wanted a bigger bedroom. So they have different arrows. So if we drag an arrow in a specific direction, it will just elongate that room. And then you can decide if you want to raise a platform or lower a platform, which is a new feature that I haven't had time to play with yet, but I will try to. So in future videos, I can discuss platforms, but I don't want to give you any incorrect information about that right now. You can select what wall style you would like, and you can actually pick up and move the entire room. You can copy the room so it exactly just mirrors the exact room that you already have, or you can rotate the room. But as you can see, if I hover over the rotate button, the cabinets do light up, meaning that it does have a chance to interfere with those, so it most likely will delete whatever is in the way. So let's actually build our room. So we're going to hit the wall, and it will show up with different options of styles of walls to choose from. I'm not going to go over all of them, but these right here, they do help if you want like a deck area, so you can stretch it out however long you want. And right here, this up and down arrow, if you pull it up, it actually does raise the height, and you can pull it down if you don't want any sort of deck like this. So you don't have to build on a platform. I usually do for aesthetic purposes, but you can do however you would like. Again, there's no rules really. There are certain regulations, but there's no rules. So I can either decide if I want to build a room by a square, or if I want to manually build the room myself, which 9 out of 10 times I do because I just like having control. So I'm going to start from here. I'm going to, you can start wherever, so I'm actually going to put the walls up so you can see what I'm doing. But I'm going to click, hold, and drag however long I want, but you actually can't put it past the last square on your property. That does count as the boundary of the lot. So I'm going to make it as large as possible, and then I'm going to extend it this way and then this way. But you see we're running into an issue because the trash can is intercepted. So if I were to just forget it, it would automatically delete it. But since I don't want to do that, I'm actually going to take my arrow tool and just click the trash can and move it around. I am going to use my right mouse to rotate the item and just get it out of the way so I don't have to delete it. It will automatically put a floor there for you. So as you can see, we do have a completed expansion onto our home. So now our windows are in the way. So what you can do is you can just click on the window and move it elsewhere. Your windows do not have to be perfectly aligned with the home. I'm kind of a freak like that, so I need it to be perfect. Now, I don't want just 2 windows because as you can see, during the daytime, it does show you what natural light will be coming into the home. So I definitely want some more natural light than that. Let's get into these buttons up here. These are very much associated with the build mode. So you have your standard arrow, which just lets you click and select certain things. You have the eyedropper, which you can see that it's highlighting a specific object. So you can copy anything from windows to these columns to doors to plants to wallpaper to floors. Anything that highlights, you can copy. Obviously, you can't copy that little cup of water she put on the table, and you cannot copy your sim. So let's say I wanted to have the exact same windows around the house. So I would just actually click the window, and it would automatically bring up all of the windows, and then it would highlight the one that you want actually to put on your home. So now I don't have to worry about finding it and trying to match up the window. And I want my exterior to look the same. So what I can do is highlight the siding, and I can either click one space at a time, or I can click, hold, and drag. But what I like to do, which is so much easier and saves time, is to actually hold your shift key, and you see it actually highlights the entire area that you've created. So all you have to do is hold shift and click, and then your entire area looks the same as the rest of the home. So I'm going to do that for the foundation. And one of the problems I'm seeing is I don't have a door. So I am going to create an archway. So let's go down here and see they have the doors, and it will bring up different level doors. So if you have extremely tall walls, you're going to need the tall doors. Certain doors will take up a certain amount of space, like this simple one. It does take up 1 square, and it can also be customized. Larger doors like this will take up 3. And then we do have new doors, which will take up to 4 spaces. So I'm just gonna get an archway. Let's see, just a simple one. So I'm gonna take this one, and again, it can be customized. So I'm gonna just put it right here. I'm actually gonna get a bigger one because I do like the big archways. I'm planning to turn this room into an office. You can turn the room obviously to whatever you would like it to be. And I'm thinking I want to actually renovate this house while I have this video going, so I can show you how to do that as well. What I need to do now is decide what kind of painting I want on the walls and then what kind of floor I want. So I'm thinking I want wallpaper. So if you go here and click wall patterns, you have different options of if you want paint, if you want wallpaper, tiles. They do have masonry, they have miscellaneous, or you can do show all. I highly recommend doing that so you can just see all of the options you have available. My favorite are these top 3 right here. So I'm going to just click that one, and then I can select a secondary color. And then again, I'm going to shift click, so I can just keep it like that. And now I'm going to look at the floor. So if you hit T on your keyboard, you can actually toggle an eagle view so you can see straight down if you're having trouble viewing the entire floor. Right here, I'm going to click floor patterns. And again, it does give you different options, but I'm going to do show all. I already know that I want carpet, so I can click the carpet tab. So I'm just going to do that. You can change the color of the carpet, but I'm not feeling that, so I'm just going to keep the same color. It still is a little dark in there, so what we need to do is add some lights, because as you can see, it's daylight out right now, but when it goes nighttime, this will be dark. Over here is the design tool. We briefly talked about that in regards to the easel. So if you use the design tool, you can highlight almost any object. Now you can't do walls, you can't do floors. Some of these you will have trouble actually getting it to customize, but that just means the object, for some reason, you can't customize it. But nearly, I'd say at least 85% of the objects in your home, you do have the option to customize. So if I wanted to make this easel a bit darker, and if I wanted a different color bookcase, I do have that flexibility to do that. And if I wanted to change my desk and my chair, I can just change anything pretty much that I want to, even my TV if I wanted to. So I am going to move my furniture in there since I do like how the room is turning out. So I am going to hit the select tool, and I'm just going to click and drag. For me personally, it's easy for me to use the up, down, left, and right arrows on my keyboard to kind of navigate as I'm trying to put furniture in. And as you can see, if I decide I want to put it here, it is not going to work. It does interfere with the wall, so we can't do that. So I will just have my sim have a little study space and an area where she can put her computer. This is kind of a big room, but you can definitely get different objects to fill it. So now I am going to show you other tools. So again, we do have the sledgehammer tool, which if you just decided you wanted to delete something, you definitely can do that. I do have the availability to hit undo if I did not like my action, or if I decided I wanted to keep it, I could hit redo. You can actually save your house to your library, so if you wanted to go to a different world and put the same exact house somewhere, you could do that, or you could upload it to the gallery so other Sims could download your house and live in it as well. With this button, you can move the lot in the house, so if you just wanted to move the house around, you could click it and decide where you wanted to move it, or if you wanted to rotate it. Or you can actually rotate the entire lot. Depending on how big your house is, this might not be a good option because it will cut off some of the features of your home. You can decide if you wanted to actually bulldoze the lot and get rid of everything on the lot, or if you wanted to bulldoze the terrain to start out with a flat surface, much like this. Right here is your day options, so you can decide if you want to view your house in the afternoon, the evening, the nighttime. And as you can see, when you turn to nighttime, the lights do toggle on to show you how bright it will be inside of your home, which is why I said we will need some lights in here to kind of brighten it up during the day. So I usually start out in the afternoon to view my house, and then if I need to see how dark it will be in my house at night, I toggle it to that. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to quickly upgrade our house, so I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my walls up, and I've never liked this wall being here. I feel like it takes away too much. So we are going to delete this wall by taking our sledgehammer and just clicking on the section of wall that we wish to delete. And now I feel like that does open up the house a lot. So anything I see that I want to move, I do have the availability to do that. And now I'm just going to minimize my walls and just move some things out of the way just to make a little bit more space, because it does feel like I don't have a lot of space. So again, because I have this empty space right here, I want to put a cabinet there. I can actually just copy and paste it. So let's actually get into redoing our entire house, because I don't like this setup. And obviously, if you're starting out, you're not going to have money. So that's definitely why it looks like this and you have such poor objects. But this is how we can upgrade our objects. I did cheat earlier to give my sim more money just for the sake of the tutorial. So I am going to, instead of using the sledgehammer, because I do feel like that does get rid of a little bit too much, I do want to have a selection on what I want to delete. So I am going to delete pretty much everything in here. Just kind of start fresh, because my sim does deserve better. She literally is living in a hovel. And again, the better quality objects you have, the happier sim will be and the less likely they are to break. So it is pretty dark in here now, so if I were to turn it into nighttime, you could see that there's pretty much no light except here. Now it's utter darkness. So we are going to toggle it back to day. And actually, no, I'm going to keep it at night just so I can show you how I get my objects. So because I know where it is, I'm just going to hit objects by room. And you can actually click on any light fixture you see. It will bring up all of the light fixtures, but it is in category by if it hangs on the wall, if it hangs from the ceiling, or if it stands up by itself. So I usually just take these saucer lights. These are my favorite lights to use in the game. I never really customize them because you don't really see them. So as you can see, if I place it around the room, it will start to brighten up. So you can put however many you want in a room to make it as bright as possible, or if you don't want it too bright, you have that ability to do that. Now, where do I begin? So let's get back into afternoon so I can kind of see what I'm doing. So I usually will either create my own setup. So if I wanted to create my own living room, I could just go to the living room section and click on different couches that I wanted to put in my house, or a fireplace. But what I'm going to do, just to show you a different option you have if you feel like you're not good at creating your own house or you're not sure what to do. If you go back to the build option, the styled rooms I did talk about earlier, I'm just going to use those as an example for right now. So I am going to go to the living room, and all of the pre-made living rooms from The Sims will be in here. I like automatically choosing ones that do have TVs in them because I know my Sims will need some sort of entertainment. So let's see, this is my favorite living room to do. It is from an expansion pack. Let's see. I'm going to put my walls slightly up just to show you that I can change the wallpaper. So again, I'm just going to shift click. And I'm not going to use their carpet. I am going to take their mini carpet, however. And then I'm going to take a couch so I can have guests over and play games. I'm going to take a fireplace. And I kind of just like making sure everything is even. You don't have to, but I definitely want to get a bookcase. And they do have decor options, like I said, so you can't interact with decor objects. Some of them you can, but for the most part, they're just for viewing purposes. So I know you can't interact with these, but it does make it have a little bit more of a homey aesthetic to it. But literally anything you see here, if you click on it, you can definitely have it. I don't need a coffee table, so let's go over to the kitchen since we are going to need one. And I will just choose a random kitchen, so I'm just going to choose this one. Now my interior won't match. I don't really care about that right now. So let's just try our best to make a quick kitchen. And I'm not going to put cabinets in. Again, this is just for the sake of the video. And I can put a little table right here. Put some chairs around it. So if I decide I want to have any friends over, if I decide I want to have a social life, I can definitely do that. Now it might interfere with Sims, so I'm actually going to take some of these chairs away and just have a 4-person table. And then there's really nothing else I need from here, so let's work on our bedroom. And the more expensive the room is, again, the better quality furniture you're going to have. I usually like this one. It's just so fancy. So again, just right-clicking to rotate my objects. Your Sim does not need a dresser. If you want one just to say that you have one, that's perfectly fine. But they do not need a dresser. They will change on their own, or you can actually click on your Sim and have them change outfits. And if you have more than one outfit, you can decide what outfit you would like them to be in. So again, I'm just taking things from that pre-made pack and just making it my own. You don't have to take everything. I usually just take the essentials. So obviously my Sim's gonna need a toilet, a bathtub, a mirror. So now I like how the rest of the house is coming along. I do want to focus on my Sim's study. So if you go over to, you can do it from here, but I just want to choose my own objects. So I'm going to go to objects by room and I'm going to hit study. These two objects right here, which looks like a gaming board and an easel, will contain all your skill building or fun activities. So I am going to hit the easel and you'll see different objects pop up, and if you hover over it, it will tell you what skill is associated while using that object. So I'm just going to put different things like this. You can actually trim it and it will give you a gardening skill. I'm going to put a guitar in there so she can actually gain a guitar skill. You can even get basketball hoops with certain packs. The base game does come with some athletic equipment so your sim can gain a fitness skill. And they have different bars that you can choose from. They have different holiday items, so she has a thermostat that she can use from the Seasons pack to make her home cooler or warmer. And then just different activities for your Sims to use. I am going to give her another radio since I did take her radio away, so I'm just going to put this one over here. And then the room does look kind of bare, so I can put a big carpet on the floor. So let's see what carpets they have. So I do like this one. And I will tell you a little cheat. So I'm not going to actually tell you the cheat, but you see how if I were to put it here, it turns red. There is a cheat associated with that you can turn it on and you can actually put it there. I would be careful while using that though, because that does interfere with sometimes how you use the object or how other objects react around it because of that. And also, you see how small this carpet is? I wish it was a little bit bigger. So if you actually take a look at the bracket key on your keyboard, which is above the quotations or the backslash key, you can actually use the left one to make it smaller up to a certain amount, or you can use the right one to make it bigger. So I'm going to leave it about that because I do just kind of want to fill that space. I feel like there wasn't really much in there. And with that, our Sims little home is complete. Actually, I lied because let's go up. So see, an issue is we do not have a roof. My least favorite part about building is roofs because I just feel like I never do it right. So I'm just going to quickly put a roof on there. They do have preset ones. I typically stay away from these because I'm not good at using these yet. But you can rotate the roof or you can indent it. You can make it curved, whatever style roof you like. But I typically just keep it boring. And then I can bring it down by holding this one. And I can even have the roofs kind of intercept so you don't see the edge of the roof. And they do have these cool little corner pieces, so if you wanted it to kind of overhang, it definitely could. But sometimes I don't use those because it does end up looking weird. And you can even copy the style of your roof and shingles and just put it on there to make it all kind of seamlessly flow. So we can't do the trim for some reason, but again, like I said, I am not an expert. And your sim can even have a pool. So let's go to the pool. And you can do a different style pool, whatever you would like to do. I typically just stick with the square one, so we'll just give her a nice big pool in the backyard. And you can see it already fills it with water. You get a little trim around it, but if you look right here, you do get a pool trim. And I think you only start out with this one for the base pack. So let's say if I just wanted like little blue trim or black trim. And they give you different style waters. Again, these two, so this kind of weird pink water and then this chlorinated water, which I believe is the water that's already associated with this. You can change the style of. I personally like this one because I feel like it looks like realistic in a sense. And then they also give you ladders, different diving materials that come with different packs. They give you a cool little pool light at the bottom of your pool. And some packs even give you just different floaties. So you can do different things with your pool. You can just get regular ladders. And then you can have different things in there where if your sim wants to swim laps, you can actually build your own laps to have your sim swim off of. And you can even do little decorative algae. There's just so many different cool little things that you can do. Build your own pond structures, everything like that. So that is how to build a simple home in The Sims. I do want to go over very quickly the lot traits. So over here, you can name your house. It doesn't have to be associated with your name. It can be any name you want it to be. But if you click this little info tab, you can actually see that it is a residential lot type. And sometimes you can change it with a tiny home expansion. You can make it like that. You can view venue type in your gallery, which we'll get into the gallery in just a quick second. But you can see what the value of your approximate lot is, which definitely it went up since we have built an addition onto the home. You can see how many beds and bath it has, but you can also change it if you're trying to put it in the gallery. And you can also see your lot dimensions. And if you're trying to build your own lot, not specifically a house, but if you wanted to build a park or just a venue, you would have different requirements. But since this is your house, you're not going to have any requirements. And then over here, we have your traits panel. So much like your sim, your home can have traits associated with it. Again, a lot of these are not available with base game, but I will show you. So you have a lot of different options. So you could have fast internet, which is a great online connection to help out those looking to improve their programming, video gaming, or writing skills. So some of these do actually help with your sim skill set. You have great acoustics, which is perfect for musicians and singers. The ones that I typically like to do, because I do tend to make families, I do hit teen neighborhood. So more teens will hang out in the neighborhood and surround your lot. You'll spot them roaming around and loitering on the streets, as teens are known to do. It's a good opportunity for teens in your household to meet new friends their own age. So I do like to do that one. I also like to do gnomes. I believe this is not part of the base game, but it looks like it might be a part of the city living pack. But they actually come out in the night, and if you have broken appliances, they do fix them for you, but you don't see them. So I will put that in there. And then Chef's Kitchen, which is food prepared in this kitchen, will enhance your Sims culinary skills. So look out, famous chefs. So I'll do that one. Some of these actually I've never used, but I do want to try it just to see what it is. But some of these actually are negative. Like you do have creepy crawlies, so be prepared when they hit, you'll never see them coming. You have a cursed lot, so things just seem to go wrong here. You do have, this is a new one I haven't seen, but you do have grody, gremlins. You can have a haunted type lot. You can have a quake zone, which occasionally there's a minor tremor here, probably nothing to worry about. A lot of these, again, they do help you. You even have things to help you produce twins on your lot. You have peace and quiet, or your party place. So some things do enhance your home, enhance your sim skills in their personal life. Oh God, volcanic activity. That's with the Island Adventure pack. But some of these, for just some reason, they have these, and I've never used the negative ones because I'm always scared of what's going to happen. But maybe one of these days I'll give it a shot and show you guys. And then before I end the video, I'm just going to quickly go into the gallery for you. So over here is your gallery button. You've heard me talk about it a few times. So once you open it, your gallery will look similar to this. It will show you all the expansion packs you currently have and what expansion packs you want to see here. So these are creations from other simmers that have played. So you can see they've created their own households and different lots that they've created. That's actually a really pretty house. And you can look up specific objects or specific people that have created the objects. You can look up if you want households, lots, or rooms. So you can kind of filter out what you're looking for. They have the Spark challenges, which I've never used, but that is part of a Sims thing that they are doing right now. They have different news updates that they'll show you, and Maxis will occasionally favorite people's lots and households that they've created. And then you have your personal library where you can see things that you've uploaded to the gallery. So these are just a few of my builds that I've done. Let me know if you want to see any of those. I can show you in a different video, but it will show you different households that you've uploaded as well. And then here is my personal library. So this is where everything from pre-made houses from The Sims that I haven't made but just were included with the game will be. Houses that I've actually made, households that I've actually made, just everything from the beginning of time since I have owned the game will be found in here. So there is a lot of content. Even Sims that are already included in the game will be in here as well. And you can actually take from your gallery, and if you click on somebody, you can see what packs are associated in creating them, and you can either share the household to the gallery, you can place the household if you're not viewing anyone in a household, You can add it to Twitter if you have that, or you can delete them. So I should probably go through here and delete a lot of these because I haven't played these in years. These are some of my creations again, just builds that I've personally made. Again, not the best builder. I actually saw this house in real life and I made it from that, but just cool little things you can do with that. So again, this is our completed household. I'll show you what it looks like at nighttime. So it definitely looks a lot brighter in there. Show you with the walls up. So room by room, this is what our new Sims house looks like. So she's definitely going to be a lot more comfortable now. And I think this is just a better start for your sim, of course, because I did cheat. That did help a lot. So don't worry if you don't look like this right away. The fun of it is actually striving to have your sim have a successful and happy life. So getting that money, getting those promotions, marrying someone for their money. Sometimes I do that and I steal their money and then I get rid of them. So I am not the best Sims player. But definitely it is a lot of fun to have this creation control all at the point of a mouse. But if you have any questions, just let me know. If there's anything you think I didn't cover, please feel free to educate me below. I don't have any problems with that. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and you're not required to subscribe, but you know, the more the merrier. So thank you so much for watching, and then in part 5 we'll actually be covering interactions and choices. That's probably going to be the longest video because there are so many things you can do with other Sims and how it affects your sim. So thank you so much for watching again, and as always, happy simming.